Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun.
You came onto the PPA scene, to my knowledge, in the first round of Atlanta. You play 3 sets against Federico Staksrud, and you take him out in 3. And Fed doesn't. I mean, Fed had the most consistent year in singles last year of
Incredible.
probably nearing
Incredible.
all time, right? Like he did not take a single loss to like a loss that he shouldn't have, and
Sure.
he still doesn't, right? So in order to do that, you've got to be like legit. So you beat Fed in 3. You got any? I mean, like, you have any insights from that match, or should we
Sure.
just yeah, go for it?
Sure. I mean, I think stylistically, right, we match up pretty well in the sense that, like, if you give Federico time off of, like, for his third shot, he's going to put the ball on a dime every single time, right? If you leave your return short, there's not a lot of pace there. He can pretty much have you on a string. I go big on returns no matter what I'm doing, singles, doubles, whatever. And so I was able to get some manageable volleys at the kitchen line, and I think it starts there. I obviously also think I pass very well. I think I have some of the best passing shots in pickleball. I think soft game and like mental game and other things, like, certainly there's room for improvement. But, like, prior to this, like, I've beaten Chris Hayworth, like I've beaten good players before, so I knew it wasn't a bad matchup for me stylistically. Now, obviously, going out there and winning is, again, a different story. But you have to put pressure on Fred. If you don't put pressure on Fred, he'll kill you, right? And so I was able to press him a little bit, and that was that.
Gotcha. So what, afterwards, the very first thing that we see on Twitter is from Fed, this ball is a disaster. And he then, because we were using the new lifetime ball in Atlanta, he then clarified it. And so I'm curious your take on that. Like, he said, like, credit is where credit is due with Alex, or essentially something along those lines. But I mean, what are your thoughts on the lifetime ball comment? And then we'll also get into, let's just do that for right now. We'll talk about his comments on modern singles as well. But I mean, what do you think about that comment after the match, and then just the lifetime ball comment as well?
Yeah, I mean, I like Fetty. He and I have been friendly after the match. I think after a loss, everyone is frustrated, and it's, he's a pro's pro, right? The guy's training all the time. Like, he's, I'm sure, very regimented in how he practices and everything else. But the reality is, I'm sure that you guys were given the lifetime ball weeks in advance, I would imagine. Okay, the first time I ever even saw a lifetime ball.
I probably got it maybe I probably got it like 2-3 weeks in advance, I would say.
Right, so you guys had the ball 2-3 weeks in advance. The first time I ever even saw a lifetime ball was Monday morning at Qualies. So, like, my point, my point being this: like, I do think the ball, it's hard, it's fast, the bounce is true. I do think it favors my play style. So, like, I think he has a point there. Like, if me and Fed played with the Franklin, I would have to make some serious adjustments, probably, right?
Yeah.
But with that being said,
I like your odds a lot less with the Franklin against Fetty.
Dude, yeah, me neither. That's what I'm playing with here. So yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I understand his frustration, but, like, I didn't practice with the ball going into it either, if that makes any sense. So.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, and any change is going to be tough. Look, if I'm Fed, I don't want anything to change from 2023 pickleball, right?
Sure.
Or, I'm sorry, 2024 pickleball. Equipment, whatever, of course.
I know you did a review on the lifetime ball. Do you think the lifetime ball had any changes or, like, impact on the outcome of this particular tournament? Especially because in men's dubs, like, people are getting to the line at such a high rate, and it becomes, I mean, it's not always a dink fest, but for the most part, it feels like there's a lot of movement at the line. Did the lifetime ball affect that at all?
Well, I mean, the main thing that the lifetime ball did at the kitchen line was, I think, that the bounces are slightly higher, meaning, like, off bounce speed ups are slightly more effective, which is strange to me because I'm looking at Ben and Gabe versus JW and CJ, and the only person that really attacks off of the bounce there is Gabe. So obviously it didn't seem like it really, positively impacted them. So that was the main difference, seemingly, in doubles. The ball is faster, but also not as spinny. So I don't think it has an enormous impact on drive and crash, possibly at the highest level, I think it possibly actually reduces the amount of drive and crash because you can't dip that ball below the level of the net, and all of these players have such good hands. So that could have actually hurt Christian and Andre a little bit because drive and crash is a big part of their game. It's hard to say. Like, I do think that this is interesting too, to debate, like, all right, we've got a new piece of equipment. Like, how is that going to impact things? Like, people are complaining about using different balls for different tournaments and whatnot. Tennis uses a different ball for every single tournament, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it gives us, I don't know, gives us stuff to talk about, right? Like, we play every single tournament on the same surface, right? So maybe there's a slow ball tournament, or maybe there's a fast ball tournament, right? That could actually give a little bit of character to some of these as well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun.